How are you? How's everyone? I hope you're all doing amazing. All right, so I want to talk today about an important question that you need to ask yourself very frequently. Now, especially if you're over 50, which over 50, over 60, over 70, and beyond, that's my target audience. Those are the women I love to speak with. Those are my people. I'm just saying, those are my people. Now, not to say that I'm ignoring the women under 50, but that's just, I really feel that the woman who is 50 and beyond really gets ignored by society. And my goal is to, you know, just kind of help the women in that group just be the best that they can be, because society isn't going to do that for us. In fact, left to society, they just want to keep us to the side. So I'm just saying, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. And that's why I love this age group. Also, the reason why I love this age group is because, listen, their brilliance is second to none. Their experience, second to none. Wisdom, they have it. So I'm all in for my sisters over 50, over 60, over 70, and beyond. Now, one of the things I want to talk about today is how you're living your life. And I like to bring this up because guess what, though? This is it. Like, we are living right now. We're at a time where it's important for us to know how we're living our life. And if your life is exactly how you've envisioned it, this discussion is not for you. This discussion is for those that have that yearning, that have that prompt, and that feel that there's more to life and they're not quite sure what to do or how to do it. This conversation is for you. And one of the things I really want to stress is it's really important to really be you. And I know you probably hear that a lot, but really, it's really important to be you because no one else really is even close to being like you. And so, why do you want to be like someone else? Because you want to fit in? I always say that blending in is for crayons. You're meant to stand out. Yes, 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 yes. And you know what? I get it. Because for me, growing up as a child, I stood out and I was cool with it. And my dad, encouraged that. He inspired me to just be who I could be. Now, it's all well and good when you're in a family setting. When you go out into the real world, it's different. And so I think I was probably a teenager when I would hear statements like, well, who does she think she is? Why is she doing that? You're doing too much. And what can happen is when you hear that over and over again, you begin to wonder if something is wrong. Thankfully, I didn't do that. Hey, oh, my darling. Hey, how are you, Papa? Yay. You're currently on that journey. Good. And see, this is important for us as we get to this stage. It's so important. You get to that stage where people say things and you kind of like, maybe there's something wrong with me. I just want to tell you right now, nothing is wrong with you. No, nothing. You are exactly the way God created you to be, really. We're not all meant to blend in. We're not all meant to be the same. Like I said, the only thing that's supposed to blend in are crayons. I ain't kidding you, for real. That's the only thing that needs to be blended in. You as an individual, you as a person, you definitely don't need to blend in. That is not who you are meant to be. And I know for some of you, it might not be that easy because you have, over the years, you have become this person that everyone sees, but you know that inside it's like you're screaming to come out. It's almost like you've cultivated this whole look and feel for yourself, but it isn't even close to who you really are. And you're struggling with, trying to figure out, I want to be myself, but then this is who they know me as. And it's like there's a conflict. It's almost like you're in a tug of war with yourself, trying to figure out who really am I. I just want to let you know that it's okay to be yourself. And you need to be accepting of the fact that not everyone is going to like this person that you are, because they're so used to this other person all these years that they're not going to be happy when the true person stands up they're just not going to be happy with that, because people get comfortable with people being a certain way and they like you being that way. But you yourself, you're not comfortable with that. And I think that's the important question you need to ask yourself. Are you happy with being this version of what other people expect you to be? That's a true question. And listen, if you're over 50 and beyond, I'm just advising you that it's time for you to be who you're meant to be. And there are going to be people that won't like it, and that's okay. In coaching, we like to say that you people can be who they want to be, and you get to be who you are. You cannot control other people. The only thing you can control are your thoughts. That's it. And so you can decide how you want to think about that, but you can't control this other person. You can't. And so, but the thing is, I do know that when you begin to live the life that you're meant to live, when you begin to live the life that's inside of you, it's like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. You're like, whew, yeah, the load becomes light. And so I really want to encourage you to really decide for yourself, like, who do you want to be? And one of the questions I always like to ask, and you know what? I was born in England. I grew up in Nigeria. And so most of my upbringing was in Nigeria. And one of the things I loved about my country, Nigeria, is, the relationship we have with the older people. We see older people all the time. It's not a big deal. And so you get comfortable with seeing older people. Now, in this country, not so much. In fact, we live in a country that is so youth obsessed that when you hit a certain age, you almost feel like you're insignificant. And for me, I think because of my upbringing, I don't see it that way. I just know that, you know what, this is my best life and I'm going to live it out loud. Not everyone sees that. And that's why I'm helping other women do this. Because I know for some of them, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for them to even show up as themselves. It's a struggle to even say their age out loud. And I get that because that's not what they're accustomed to. They're looking at what society is saying and they're like, well, I can't say my age. If I say that, people are not going to think I exist anymore. I'm gonna look like I'm invisible. But I want to showcase with you that when you say your age, that is part of ownership, owning who you truly are, and allowing the world to make a decision. Either way, they're gonna make a decision anyway. But owning your age is that's I call that age pride. And you might not be there yet, and that's okay because it's steps. You don't just get there. So I get that. But I want you to, open yourself to the possibility that this next chapter is going to be way more exciting than what you've had in your past. Can you even go there? Can you even think that? Can you even imagine? I want you to go there. I want you to go to the place where you're betting on yourself and you're blowing your own mind because of what you want to create for this next chapter. And I just want to let you know it's totally possible. When people live their best lives, it's not exclusive to maybe a certain race, or social economic status, color, where you're none of that. Being able to live your best life is available to anyone. Seriously. In fact, the only requirement, I'm going to tell you this, the only requirement to living your best life is that you have a brain. And I mean that because guess what? The work begins right here. Has nothing to do with the external circumstance. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. It all begins up here. And so if you're ready to retrain your brain to do this work, you're going to be amazed at what you're going to be able to come up with. You're going to be amazed at the things that come up into your life. Seriously. I tell you, our thoughts are way more powerful than we realize. And we can create, the possibilities, seriously, are endless. One of the questions that you probably haven't asked yourself, and I think everyone should really spend time asking themselves is, when I'm on my deathbed, and am I living the life that when I'm on my deathbed, I'd be like, yes, I'm good. Like seriously. And I'm going to be honest with you, I know that there are probably still things I want to do, but I can tell you this now. If I died now, I would be very happy with the things I have done so far because I know I am living my life out there. And not everyone's going to be happy with the way I'm living my life, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes I put myself out there where I can risk being embarrassed, humiliated, made fun of, but you know what? I'm good with that because I'm being myself. I am not going to be on my deathbed saying, oh my goodness, I wish I had done this. Bobby, why didn't you go for it? You had that opportunity. I did a beauty pageant last year in my 50s. Because you know why? because that was a dream of mine when I was 16. And so I can check that off and say, you know what? I had an opportunity and I did it. And I'll tell you this though, after I filled out that application, I'm going to be honest, and I hit submit on my computer, I was like, Kwabi, what are you doing? You sure you want to do that? I had that moment of fear. And you know why? Because it's something I haven't done before. And some of you are using that fear to stop you from going after your goals. Fear is normal when you do something new. Your brain is going to tell you, oh, sis, why are you doing that? That's not, that's what your brain is designed to do. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. And safe means you don't do anything new. I want you to really remember this because the next time you're doing something new and your brain is telling you, oh no, you can't do that. And you're thinking, oh, that's my gut telling me I shouldn't do it. No, no, that's not your gut. That is your brain protecting you. But that's just your brain protecting you because your brain has no concept of the future. So whenever you have goals for the future that you have never done before, your brain is going to sabotage you. But you have to be aware that that's going to happen and realize that you can override that thought and tell your brain, okay, I know you're scared. You can come along with me, but I'm driving. You can be in the passenger seat, and that's okay. You can go after your goals while you're scared. You can go after your goals while you're fearful. It's okay. Some of you are using that as a reason not to go after your goals. Listen, a question I asked you, like when you're on your deathbed, what are some of the things? Are you going to be like, oh yeah, I did it? Or are you going to be like, oh goodness, I had the opportunity to do this and I didn't do it. I had the opportunity to do this and I didn't. Do you want to have a long list of I didn't do this because of this, or maybe you stayed in a relationship too long, whether it's a work relationship or personal relationship? Listen, you have an opportunity to live your life on your own terms. And I encourage you to really dig deep and make decisions that align with who you truly are. A lot of you are like living for other people. You can't do that. You know what that does? It breeds resentment. And I'm going to tell you this, resentment does not look pretty on anyone. It starts little, in a small way, and then it grows and grows. And eventually you become, a different person because of that. But guess what though? That person didn't tell you to do it. You made the decision for yourself. And so you have to be careful. Sometimes we do things, okay, the loved one wants this, or, the kids want this, or my parents. Listen, if you're over 50, I'm going to tell you, give yourself permission to live your life. Give yourself permission because everyone else is living theirs. Really. Nobody's coming to save you, no matter how many people you have saved in the past. This is your opportunity to live your life on your own terms. And I'm telling you, it is a beautiful feeling. I'm living it right now. It is a beautiful feeling. I'm about to do, this is funny. Now, if you're a Beyonce fan, please don't come at me for this, but I'm doing a celebrity dance challenge where I will be dancing to two Janet Jackson songs. Yes, from the 90s in a video. So they're gonna I have a choreographer that I'm working with. I'm doing this to raise money for Eden, which is a organization that helps people struggling with eating disorders. And I'm just glad I'm able to do this because I love helping others. So this is a way to raise money, but it's exciting that I get to dance to Janet Jackson songs. I get to dress up and, do the whole thing. And I'm like, it's exciting. But listen, that's one thing I'm going to be like, yes, they gave me the opportunity. I could have said yes or no. But I'm glad I said yes because that's something I can look back on and say, I did that. See, we live in a time now where most people are going to be living like into their 90s. I ain't kidding you. And so what are the stories you want to tell and think about? What are the memories you want to create right now for yourself that you can look back on and share with your grandchildren or great-grandchildren or anyone around you? What are those kind of stories you want to tell? Or do you want to be riddled with guilt and say, I should have, with that feeling of regret, oh, I should have done this. I didn't do this. I had this opportunity. Listen, what's the worst that can happen? Really, the thing, I'm going to tell you this. Most people, and I'll probably put that as everyone, don't go after their goals. You know why? Because of an emotion. The emotion could be fear. It could be embarrassment. It could be, shame. It could maybe people laughing at them because they didn't achieve it. That is it. It's because we don't want to feel a certain way. That's why we don't go after our goals. I just want to encourage you to go for it anyway, because you know what? It's just an emotion. The emotion will not kill you. Now, it's uncomfortable, yeah, But you've done uncomfortable things. You've done so many things for people around you. You've done so many hard things for your loved ones. How different direction and decide that you will take care of you by doing things for yourself. Like go hard on you. Yeah, bet on you. Hey, can you imagine if you decide to bet on yourself and decide, I'm going all in on me. I'm going to do all these different things. I'm just going to kick fear to the curb. And if fear decides to come, I'll still do it anyway. Can you imagine the results you'll have in your life? I'm telling you, it will blow your mind, really. And people are going to be like, what is she doing? But anyway, I just had to come share this. It was on my heart earlier today. And I was like, I have to share this with people. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, oh, okay, Kwabi, I kind of like this. How can I get some more help on this? I encourage you, send me an email. Let's talk. We can set up a conference. A consult call. Let me talk to you about what I'm doing. I have an organization. I have an online community called Flourish, and this is what we do all day, every day. So we do this every week. We have calls. I mean, the women are doing amazing things, losing weight, starting businesses, improving their relationships. This is what we do at this. This is our time to shine. This is our time to really shine our light on the world. So what are you doing? You just want to sit back, and that's okay. That's what you want. But I know that there are some of you listening to this and you're like, I want more. And so if that's you, come join me. Come join me. Let's do this. All right, I'm going to go. I just wanted to share this with you. And, keep on living your best life the best way you can. Make the next best decision that you can make. Okay? You can do that. I know you can. And this is another thing. Don't say you don't know what to do, because that in itself, that's a statement that just blocks your brain from even trying to figure it out. You know what your brain, when you say, I don't know, your brain's like, oh, we're good. We're not doing anything. Dig deep. You have the answer within you. We all do. And listen, even if it's not the right answer, try it out. If it doesn't work, you know what you do? Try something else. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Take care, everyone. And thank you for joining. Thank you for listening, because you could be doing anything else with your time, but you took the time to listen to this video. So I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.